Hello, students and traders. Welcome to another session of the Round Analyst with FX Calapanzi. Today, we'll do a top-down analysis of all US dollar crosses. It's going to be a full analysis session. So we're going to start with the Euro US dollar. Okay, so stay with me and let's get started. Okay. All right. So first things first. Because it's top down, I'll start from the monthly to give you good insight and perspective of how the market is moving in the larger time frames, so we can have a clear picture of dynamics in the market. Okay, so here we are on the monthly. On the monthly, you can clearly see that this market was on an uptrend, then began to come down. And you can see, if you know how we trade, we look at swings. Okay, and here we have a downswing. Okay, so all of this up move came from this level. So we need a break below this level to confirm bearishness. It didn't break, it finally breaks it at this point. Confirmation of our bearishness rather. A pullback into this entire PB block, that's the parity base block. Okay, and this was a tap into it here, and it pushed down, didn't break below, finally broke below at this point. So this swing is can be seen as one swing to break below this level. Now, looking at this swing, we ask ourselves, where did this down move come from? And we see that it comes from here. That's why we've marked that place out as our zone. So on the monthly, we can say that we are comfortably bearish, and you can see we are how many PP down. This up move came from here. So this is one, pull back, and then two. Okay, so it's actually two PB down. Okay, so come here, make a note, and we say this is two PB down. Okay, monthly. Okay, that's two PB down. Okay, so we are done with the monthly. We know that the monthly is bearish and we are two positive blocks down. Let's move on to the weekly now. Okay, the weekly, what do we have? Now, let's not forget that on the monthly, mark that zone, we expect prices to come all the way back into that zone and then push bearish to take out the levels. Okay, so let's look at the weekly. On the weekly, what do we have? We see that this market was bearish all the way from here, was bullish all the way up. Then from this point, you turned bearish, and you can see that the up move, last up move, up push came from here. So this break is sign that the market is going bearish. Pulls back into this zone here and goes down below. Pulls back. That downward can be said to have come from here or from here, or you can look at this entire block. So the moment it comes in, it satisfies the condition. Okay, so that's two, and then I'll draw that again. This is one, pull back, two, pull back. Then I need to break below this level. Doesn't break until this point, so that makes it three. It gives us three. And then a pullback. We want to see a break below this levels now. Okay, that's three. And then finally breaks through our level four. Okay, so that's 4 PP down on the weekly. Okay, so 4 PP down on the weekly. Let's clear all of this. Maybe down the weekly. Now the last down push came from this zone, so we've marked that as zone, expecting prices to eventually come up to this zone and give us a reason for reversal and then go down. So let's see, let's look more closely at it. Seems to share seems to share that zone with the okay, that zone is comfortable, so you can see leave it at that. Okay, so we might see prices come all the way in here, or you might just see them begin to reverse. But if you look at this last down push, where did the move come from? I'd say no, it didn't come from up there. It came from here. This was the last push, bearish push. When it broke this level, it became an upswing. So that's one PB up, pull back, and then breaks above it again at this point. Two PB up, then breaks down, taking out the protected low. So this is one PB down. Where did this come from? From here. We have our zone right there. Okay. So we are 1 PB down after 2 PB up on the weekly. And that's what we have here in our notes, and we are good to go. So nothing has changed on the weekly. Let's move on to the daily. On the daily, what do we see? Let's take it carefully. On the daily, we can see that this market was obviously in an upswing. Okay. And then at this point, it showed some signs of reversal by coming to break this protected low here, and that gave us a downswing. Came all the way, and expecting to see some lower prices. Maybe price come into this zone or this zone, come in and then go lower, but that did not happen. Rather saw prices, rather have seen prices rather break through all of this to give us up move. Okay, okay. So and with that, we say that this is momentarily bullish, but you know that all of this bullishness would have been, or not would have been, is a move to take us into a weekly zone here. And immediately that happened, we began to see a bearish return breaking below this, pulling back, breaking lower, and now this last hour move came from here. Remember, the daily is now beginning to align with the weekly. So while I was saying this, I expected that eventually it would turn because we need to see prices drive all the way down to this weekly liquidity target, and that's just what is playing out now. So we have a bearish move, and then we're seeing prices come all the way here, expecting prices to come here. And what happened? Prices broke through. So let's clean this first for a moment. Okay, so this was our zone, and market tore through it at this point, broke through it, and then expected to see some further bullishness, maybe to come to test this zone up here. So maybe some further bullishness to come all the way up here, but that didn't happen. As soon as it came, it dropped off again through this, taking out this low, and then we have a bearish move, go back, a bearish move. Okay, and this is our zone. Which you look to see markets coming to all this zone right here. But for whatever it's worth, on the daily, we are bearish. Okay, I like to just put up the notes real quick, and I think it's fine. 1 PB down, so not much has changed since I last updated this. Okay, so next time frame is the 4 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour real quick. Now, the 4 hour, what do we have? We like to pick off very quickly from where we left off from the daily. We can all see that all the while this was bullish. Okay, and then at this point, we began to see the reversal from the break below this level. Okay, because that was the last up move coming from here. The moment prices broke below it, it gave us a sign of bearishness, and seeing prices come all the way in to test the 4 hour zone, which is up here. It's up here. Let's see if that zone has been hit. I think it has. The low here is 08543. The high here is 085. So we didn't hit 522. This is no 542. Okay, so it didn't hit. So the prices came below. That zone became invalidated, and now we have a new zone. A new zone over here, and the expected 4 hour bullishness is over. We expect prices to come into this zone, and then we see lower prices. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we say we are 2 PB down. Okay, so finally, let's look at the 1 hour, and then we'll wrap up this pair and move on to the next. The 1 hour, what do we see? Let's see. Okay, come on, quick. Okay, so last up move was from here. Sorry, was last up move. The zone here, protected low. Then price broke through it at this point, pulled back, went down again, protected high, broke through it, so we are now bullish, protected low. Then comes test, expected some reversal, boom, breaks through it, and we are now bearish. We're bearish on this, and we have here as our zone. Okay, this is our zone. Oh, sorry. This is our zone here, and you see prices come and push through with just a slight spike, validating or throwing away the entire expected bearish perspective. on the 1 hour, on the 1 hour. So the bearish hope of the 1 hour was blown away with this close above this zone. Okay, I'll just put this here 1 hour, so see where I'm coming from. Now the market has two options here. We might see prices continue lower, and if it when it breaks below this level, if prices come to break below this level, we would expect some continuing bearishness to take us all the way to liquidate target down here. But where that fails, we would expect to see some bullishness. If prices go above here, we expect to see some bullishness on the 1 hour. So we expect to see maybe prices come back. Like that's what it's even doing already. Prices might come right into this zone here, test it, and then go all the way up. And if this happens, I will expect that price is targeting the 4 hour zone here to give us good mitigation before dropping down towards our liquidity target down here. Okay, so that's my perspective on the euro US dollar. I want to see some clarity on the 1 hour so to know what exactly we are doing here. So I'll just place an alert here. I'll place an alert here, and let's see. And I'll call it pricing zone because I want to be notified as soon as the market comes in there. Okay. All right. So there goes my alert, and above here, I want to put in here an alert also. That would be the 1 hour liquidity. That's the 1 hour liquidity. Then I'll put up an alert. I would say liquidity target hit. Okay. All right. So I'm done with the euro US dollar. Move on to the next. On to the next. Pound US dollar. Let's see. What does it look like? Let's start off on the monthly again. And run trade real quickly. So you got the monthly. You can see the picture clearly already. Series of up moves coming here. Last up move coming from here. Breakthrough. Market U-turns bearish. Pull back. Breakthrough again. Pulls back. Then it's a target. Taps. Breaks through. And now we are seeing some pullback. And then next we want to see if I can come break through this level to continue the bearish swing. So on the monthly we are bearish on this pair. And I think nothing has exactly changed on the monthly. There's still 3 PBs down. On the weekly, what's our perspective? Look at it from this way. It's not good so far. You can see bullishness, then we can see bearishness, and then the last bearish swing obviously came from here. Okay, and then we see price uh, close above it at this point because this is the level. This is a spike above, doesn't close above, but this closes above, and that gives us a bullish move. And so from there we become bullish. That bullish move is coming from here, goes up, pull back, goes up, pull back, protected low is taken out. So we U-turn bearish. So we are bearish on this. Price comes back into our zone, and we expect to see prices push away from this point. So an attempt to push to come back into the zone. Ultimately, we want to see prices go all the way down to target this liquidity point for the weekly. Okay, so on the weekly we are bearish, and we will say we are just one PB down because this is one pullback. We're still within that one PB range. Okay, so that's the weekly, and nothing has changed. Let's go on to the daily. The daily, what do we have? Let's see. The daily we have, we can see all of this bullish push, holding very well. Um, from here now, the last down move came from here. So there's a bullish push, pull back into the zone, push away, come back into the zone, push away, doesn't come back, push away, comes back into the zone, push away, comes back into this zone. I wanted to see, okay, push away, comes back. This is the zone here, but it breaks through. When it breaks through, this becomes a protected high. Market comes back into the zone here. This up move pushes away and comes back. This is our protected low. taps into it with this spike, expecting lower prices to go below here, but we see breakthrough, and that gives us a switch in perspective to a bullish perspective with our protected high being around here. Market doesn't come back into it, pulls back for a bit, doesn't break above, doesn't close above, so we are still in this zone up here. So this would be a 1 PB pull down, 2 PB up. Okay, so that's what we are on the daily. And for that, I like to do this. This will be a daily zone. It's my refined zone. So don't worry, I can spot a zone spatially just by a blink of an eye. It's not magic, it's not rocket science because I've done it over and over and over again. So I'm quite used to it. So this is daily liquidity target, and yeah, that's how it is. But I'll just update this now to 2 PB because we had 2 PB up. Okay, let's update this 19. I don't think I updated the date for the US dollar list. All right, so that's about the daily. Let's go on to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, what do we have? Picking up from the daily real quick. I'll pick up real quick. You see that this last down push came from here, finally broke through. So there's an up move. With this being the zone, pulls back into it, slight up, pushes away, pulls back, pushes away, pulls back, doesn't close below, pushes away, pull back, doesn't get to our zone, uh, pushes away, slight pullback, push away, slight pullback into the zone, push away, pull back into the zone here, push away. We're expecting to see price come to respect this zone here because this was the next one. Come into the zone and push away, having this as a target zone. Market rather broke through, and that gave us a return bearish. So when you see prices come up into a zone, maybe up here or this entire zone here, and then from that point, push away bearish targeting this level. And I expect this to happen because prices are supposed to eventually begin to melt down all the way till we get into the daily zone down here. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we are comfortably 1 P down. Okay, so I will move this. Just so this is how I update my analysis. Um, I like to stay with this zone here. It's quite small, somewhere in the middle, but I think I like it. I like it, so I take it. And so that's the 4 hour zone. I expect to see prices come into it and from there begin to push away, targeting this level here. So something like this, just into the zone. And then go in, take out this level, and then this one will be complete. Then we can see further pullback, further swing down, further pullback, further swing down. Until we get into this zone, then we can expect to see bullish reversal going all the way up for this level. Okay. Well, it is what it is. We never um, hope on where the market wants to go or have our own plan. We just look at what the market is doing and follow it. Okay, so let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, so this will now be updated to 1 PB down. That's this the 4 hour, 1 PB down after 9 up. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's go to the 1 hour and wrap this pair and move on to the next. The 1 hour, what do we see? Okay, similar to what we saw on the 4 hour, prices went up and now it's coming down. So we see the breakthrough. This zone was breached. Okay, price looked like it was going to respect the zone for a bit with this spike. And then we saw price coming to this hour zone. We're expecting higher prices from here to go all the way up to this point, but pull back for a little bit and then boom, smash through. Okay, that's where we are on the 1 hour. Then with that smash through, we have this as our 1 hour zone. Okay, and we expect prices to come all the way into it and then go lower. That liquidity target being down below here. Okay. So I like to focus more on the lower time frame. So I'm bring this here and I'm going to call it 1 hour liquidity. That's 1 hour. Okay. That's 1 hour liquidity. And that would be 1 PB down. Okay. PB down. Okay. And literally that does it. Okay. Then I'd like to also mark out the zone.